President Barack Obama is back to work at his other job, Democratic candidate. He spent the past 3 days dealing with Superstorm Sandy and its aftermath. Now he's returned to the campaign trail with less than a week to go before Election Day.
It's business as usual for both presidential candidates as Mitt Romney and President Barack Obama used the last few days to try and shore up their support. After their storm-induced break, both are once again hitting the swing states. Romney is headed for Wisconsin and Ohio today, following up yesterday's visit to Virginia. Obama's going all out for Ohio, which has not backed a losing presidential candidate since 1960. He aims to visit the state on each of the last 4 days while returning to Wisconsin after yesterday's trip.
Virginia is one of a minority of states where early voting isn't encouraged. You have to make a declaration that you can't get to the polling station on Election Day. But the unexpected disruption brought by the massive storm this week seems to have encouraged more people to get here ahead of time to make sure their vote is registered.
If the storm had not happened, I would have been traveling this week and home on Election Day. It made me vote absentee. I wouldn't have otherwise.
No, I was going to vote Monday, but this just put it off a couple of days.
I knew I wanted to vote early, but I thought the lines might get longer the closer we get to Election Day.
The president can probably afford to lose Virginia if he holds on to the Midwestern states he won 4 years ago. So on this, his first day back on the campaign trail, after 4 days of disaster management, Nevada and Colorado were on his agenda.
And the Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney spent Thursday in Virginia as he made a last-minute push for votes. And he too repeated his promise to create millions of jobs.
Today, we're at the lowest level of new business startups in 30 years. So I want to change this dynamic and make business recognize they have a friend in Washington, not a foe. And I believe if we do that, we do those 5 things and get those 5 done, we're going to create 12 million new jobs and more take-home pay.
President Obama's rally in Colorado was very 2008. There was the young, adoring crowd, the old slogans.
Are you fired up? Are you ready to go?
The placards were different, gone was hope. But it turns out that change is still on the agenda. It's just that change takes time, he said.
But you know what I believe. You know where I stand. You know I'm willing to make tough decisions, even when they're not politically convenient.
He looked like he was enjoying himself, which hasn't always been the case in this campaign. After his disastrous first presidential debate, people wondered if he still had the fight in him. But he also had good reason to smile. The unexpected backing of New York's Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who took time out from managing the city's response to Hurricane Sandy to endorse President Obama. He wasn't uncritical of the president, but in a statement he linked the hurricane to climate change and said the storm had brought the stakes of Tuesday's presidential election into sharp relief. He said, over the past 4 years, President Barack Obama has taken major steps to reduce our carbon consumption. Mitt Romney, too, has a history of tackling climate change. As governor of Massachusetts, he signed on to a regional cap-and-trade plan, but since then, he's reversed course.